What's up, guys? NorbCam coming at you. Big game coming up here, Seahawks versus the New York Jets. And I have the pleasure of sharing some face-to-face action here with a longtime New York Jets fan who happens to also be a follower of NorbCam, which I appreciate very much. Everybody, this is David, all the way from New York. Why don't you go say hi to the 12s and all the fans out there, David?
What's up, 12s? How you guys been? I love your team. I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow, and especially since I will be there. And hopefully my New York Jets will come out with the win.
Well, you guys came off of a pretty rough loss last week, as conversely we had a pretty good game ourselves. Finally, our offense woke up. Tell me a little bit of what your thoughts were after that game last week. Was this an anomaly, or is this something that you need to be concerned about as a Jets fan?
Well, I mean, there's still lots of season left for the Jets to prove themselves. I mean, everybody has bad games. Like Russell Wilson in the NFC Championship game threw 4 interceptions and is still now considered a great QB. Now, looking into this game against Seattle, we just need to put that game behind us because, that's what you got to do. You got to put the game behind you, just move on to the next one, get back to work, and, hopefully Ryan Fitzpatrick doesn't play like that again.
As with every team, injuries are always a factor. Our big injury concern right now, obviously, is Russell Wilson. First the ankle and now the knee from last week, but he's still going to play. You guys, however, lost Eric Decker to injury. Talk about that and the impact on your guys' team.
Well, I mean, losing Eric Decker is a huge blow. He is one of our best receivers. He is coming off the 1,000-yard season for the Jets along with Brandon Marshall. They make a dynamic receiving duo, considered one of the best in the league. Now, filling in for him at that number 2 spot, who is Quincy Enunwa, who has been coming pretty strong lately. I mean, he nearly had a 100-yard game against the Bills. He's pretty much our only productive receiver as of now in this offense, top receiver, as Marshall and Decker have been busy getting shut down in our home opener against the Bengals and the game against the Chiefs. So, is this a concern? Yes. So, I hope Quincy Enunwa can step up in that spot.
All right. Now, our biggest concern here in regards to looking forward to this game is Seattle so far in the first 3 games have struggled against the teams with very dominant defensive lines, and the Jets is notorious for having one of the best defensive lines in the game. Talk about that threat, what that could mean to disrupting Seattle's offense once again.
That is actually one of my keys to the game. So, of course, you guys have lost other offensive linemen, meaning J.R. Sweezy, Max Okun, Unger, etc. Now, I don't know how the Seattle offensive line has been playing, but regardless, I think our line can take advantage of that backfield, especially with Russell Wilson on his injured foot, and then the lack of running backs you guys now have, even though you guys just signed C.J. Spiller. So one of my keys to the game is hoping that the defensive line can take advantage of what is happening back there.
All right. Well, let's jump right into that since you got the keys of the game going. So obviously yours, first one is your defensive line. Let's keep this rolling. What are your other keys to the game besides D-line?
Second key to the game is use your weapons wisely. And unfortunately, we struggle with that on Sunday, as I really don't want to get into that one. So we have great weapons in Brandon Marshall, Matt Forte, Bilal Powell. We just signed Austin Seferian-Jenkins, but I'm not sure if he will be playing. But we got clueless using our weapons in that Kansas City game. If Chan Gailey kind of wakes up a little bit and manages to use his weapons correctly come Sunday, or tomorrow I should say, and always call the right plays in the red zone, then that's another key to the game. And I think that's how our offense can take advantage of the Seattle defense, because our offense, I think, is considered dangerous. I think it's a top 10, or if not, maybe slipping into top 5, depending on how the season goes. With that offense, I think we can compete with tough defenses like your Seattle Seahawks.
Well, we definitely are one of the top defenses, leading the league, if not at the top, very close to the top in terms of scoring. And, I think what we're starting to see now from our standpoint is the defense has been playing at a high level. The offense finally starting to wake up. And I guess to answer back with some of the keys to the game, you bring up your D-line. Well, of course, I got to bring up my offensive line. This is going to be paramount to see if our O-line last week opening holes and pretty much winning the line of scrimmage battle that we did against the 49ers can continue into this game, it's going to be the key to everything, because Christine Michael is starting to show that he's proven himself as the feature back for Seattle. And with Rawls out, really there's nobody else. So it's all about the Christine Michael show. We have to get the running game established so that we can have our to complement our passing game. I think I'd like to believe that Seattle's line, while it's going to have a tougher task against your D-line, that it was just a matter of time for our line to start gelling, and I think it's starting to come together. So I think we will be able to establish the running game, but more importantly, we're going to keep this as a fast-moving, fast tempo, not put Russell at risk so the O-line doesn't have to protect too long, and keep it fast. Start using Jimmy Graham, who's also slowly coming into his own as the receiver and tight end that we wanted to, and I think he will be the key to opening things up for everybody else. He had a great game last week, touchdown, 6 catches, 100 yards, and I think while he may not have that big of a game, I think the trend continues that he's going to be one of our go-to guys. So it'll be interesting to see what you're going to do to try to stop our Jimmy Graham.
Well, I mean, we have great safeties such as Calvin Pryor, Marcus Gilchrist, who can contain him. We also have rookie linebacker Darren Lee, who is one of the fastest linebackers out of Ohio State. Ran, I believe, a 4.43 in the 40-yard dash. So using his speed to the credibility against not only just plays in the backfield, but against tight ends like Jimmy Graham, because scout reports say he is great at covering tight ends. So, if we can use Pryor or Lee on Graham at the right moments, hopefully provide some help, because Jimmy Graham is known to be a very talented tight end, then I think we can lock down Jimmy Graham, because, the Jets defense has its talent where we can lock down tight ends there.
Tell me about your running game. I know you got Matt Forte back there, long-time running back for the Chicago Bears. What kind of season he's been having, and what do you expect tomorrow, especially against Seattle, who's been really good against the run?
Well, Matt Forte is coming off the injury, but he has been playing well. He had a 96-yard rushing game against the Bengals. He had a 100-yard game against the Bills, and he played, I believe, a 65-yard running game against the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I like seeing how he can split carries with Bilal Powell, who Bilal Powell has excelled last season for the Jets, and that's another thing. I hope both of our running backs can be used well. So lots of Jet fans like myself do expect both of these running backs to excel this year, especially with the quarterback who's calling plays for them, throwing to them, especially with the line, who actually has been playing very well thus far this season, especially since we got lineman Ryan Clady from the Broncos since they're retired. So I hope Forte and Powell will excel as Jets this year. I think they could.
All right. Well, then the other part is going back to the what you didn't want to talk about, which was the multiple turnovers last week. You guys had a bad week in terms of interceptions, turning the ball over for Ryan Fitzpatrick. For Seattle, we hadn't had a turnover all season until that game last week, and while it was only one, these turnovers often come in bunches. We had Bobby Wagner on a tip ball, got our first interception turnover of the year, and I don't know, it could be a Fitzpatrick throwing into our defense in the LOB, especially if we shut that running game down. Another key to this game, which I think getting turnovers, winning the turnover battle, and I think it plays well in the hands of Seattle with the matchup there. We'll have to see tomorrow, but that's another one of my keys, winning that turnover battle. What do you think about that?
Well, I do agree, the turnover battles could be a key factor, but the Jets defense can also have its share of turnovers, every game we've had thus far, we had at least one turnover with regards to an interception or a fumble. So, like I said, we take advantage of that depleted backfield you guys have, then I think we can have our share of turnovers too.
All right, well, we'll have to see how it goes, playing the game. Now, you're going to be broadcasting live from within the stadium, getting your game reaction, which is going to be very cool. And I'll be recording mine, obviously not at the game, but getting my reaction, watching the game on TV. And we will post create a little edit of our reactions simultaneously of the big plays of the game. So, guys, look for that. That's going to be fun. I haven't done one of these since I did with our Green Bay Packer fan Trevor a few years ago after we won the Super Bowl. So this will be fun to do this again. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty. What's your prediction on the outcome of this game?
Well, Norb, like I said, we follow the keys to the game. Take advantage of that depleted backfield you have, depleted O-line, injured Russell, and lack of running backs you guys have. Take advantage of the matchups. Looking forward to Revis and Baldwin. Hopefully we can lock Jimmy Graham down. Now, in regards to our offense, I hope Changeli calls correct plays, uses his weapons correctly, especially Matt Forte, who's a great matchup with linebackers. But this is a home game, and I believe we have won every time we were at home. So, I think it's going to be a nail-biter because it's two talented teams coming off 10-6 records. And I predict the final score. I think this will go into overtime with the final score of 20-17.
All right. Well, I also, too, predict a close game. Like I said, I think the key for us, our offensive line's got to do their job. We utilize Jimmy Graham in a fast passing attack. Get the running game going, and then let the defense do what it does and get some turnovers. I think Seattle wins this game. I've already said this prediction on my prediction video. But yes, Seattle wins in a close one, 24-21. No overtime, though. We just win it straight up in regulation. So, 3-point differential. It's a pretty close game, but there's your predictions. So, what's going to happen if one of us is wrong? What's the other guy going to do? David, what's your request if your Jets come out on top?
So if my team wins, meaning the New York Football Jets, which I hope they can win because it's a must-win game, then I want a DVD of your beloved movie, and I would love to see it. I saw the opening video you had in the theater. It looked really cool. It looked lit, actually. I would love to see that myself. So if my team wins, I want a copy of your DVD and signed by NorbCam.
Wow, that's priceless treasure, valuable material right there, man. But I will take you up on that challenge because I'm confident that I won't have to give that to you. Although, at some point I probably will anyway. But as far as that challenge is concerned, I will take you up on that. And my bet to you is that if your Jets fall to my Seahawks, you will have to put on some either Seahawk hat or a Seahawks shirt, and then you have to make a video talking about how Seattle kicked your guys' butt, and at the end of it you have to do the Seahawks chant 3 times at the end to sign off that video, and I will post that for the world to see.
You know what? Also, for an additional part of our bet, if you want to talk about chants, you have to do the JETS 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 chant in your next video.
Is that how it goes? Is that the whole thing?
Yes.
Say it one more time so I know exactly how it goes, because it sounds really complicated.
JETS 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 Jets.
Okay. All right. I'll write that down so I don't forget. Okay. All right. Well, this is going to be fun. Now I've got an extra reason to root hard for my team come tomorrow, and so do you. So let's see two teams go at it. It's going to be a fun battle, a close game, and we'll see which team ends up on top. But David, it's been fun doing this face-to-face with you, and appreciate you following my stuff. And tell people where they can find you, because you also have your own YouTube channel as well, right?
I do have my own YouTube channel, and this man, amazing YouTuber, has inspired me to create this channel. So my name is David. I have been a Jet fan for about 5 to 6 years now. My YouTube channel name is GangGreen David. I have been vlogging pretty much the most dead time, which is known as the off season, but now coming to the season, I'm looking forward to posting my reaction videos just like he has been doing, and I quite enjoyed it. I love having my own fan base. All the Jet fans out there who will be watching this, I appreciate you guys following me. It's going to be a great season, and I honestly cannot wait to continue doing this YouTube channel, hopefully see where it goes, and hopefully for me, as I predicted, I think it will go to Houston, Texas come February when we win Super Bowl 51.
Wow, those are some high aspirations, my friend. But hey, we all got a dream. We all got to dream about it. So, all right, well, it starts one game at a time, and the next game is tomorrow. So, good luck to you, and we will definitely connect after the game and see who's got to pay up on their bets. Seahawks!
New York Jets. New York Jets.
All right, David, it's been a pleasure. We'll talk to you guys soon. Go Hawks.
Go Jets.
Nothing I can hear but all of you fans. Nothing but the best fans up in the stands.